Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, December 21st, 2015. Ratu at the microphone of the Lynn-Life, Ra in the back room, Asha in the Jamie body mind, other teammates in other aspects of the physical dimension and a little in the non-physical, most of us in the physical and all of us in the subatomic from the perspective of the spirit world viewers. The current deadline we're working to is shortly before midnight tonight. We aren't there yet. We believe, obviously, that that's going to be the focus for the videoed portion of today's effort, since that has been what we have been working on for the earlier portions of the day. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan as our soul plans require us to do. And the data clearly shows that what's needed is to provide a collective restart. Wiser minds above, having noticed that nothing was happening toward that goal, have given us the deadline of January 17th, 2017, by which to manifest the divine plan and provide that collective restart, and have given us this series of nested deadlines that take us from where we are to that restart. With that, the videoed portion of today's work begins. I'm being shown what's going on in Thing 1 right now, the efforts in Thing 1, and Black Wolf is very busy, and there is a big glass box that's over something that seems to be something very precious. It's what they were rescuing in the middle of the night, and the best guess I have, it's something like the heart of Pan.
That's true.
But it's sentient and it talks. It seems to have said that it was removed from Pan maybe earlier than we think.
Maybe a lot earlier.
Maybe a lot earlier than we think. Maybe a year ago. Remember when he went into the valley and then he came back and he just wasn't himself?
The same. That's true.
It's possible it was removed that long ago, and that would explain a lot. If that's what this is, it would explain a lot.
That's true.
The voice who's asking me questions is saying, what do we notice? What we notice is the nature realm's presences who are working in Thing 1 are treating this like it's a holy, sacred presence.
That's true.
And they, yesterday, were throwing themselves into the work with a, let's get the stinky lies kind of attitude, and now they're going at it with almost like a sacred feel of this is deeply important work, and we've got to get down beneath that thick, solid layer of lies, because this presence that I'm going to call the heart of Pan, even though it might be something else.
That's true.
This presence, the heart of Pan, is saying there's something, and it's something crucially important underneath that big, thick layer, and he's saying, I'm not the important part of this.
Something much, much greater is down there.
Much greater, much more important, and it's under there, and it's been under there for a long time. Right now, how may we be of service right now to provide a collective restart by January 17th, 2017, and to dig down to possibly it's that big thing.
That's my story.
By tonight at midnight. It's fascinating to me that the way to this big thing seems to be down through Thing 1.
That's true.
And not through the Search for Truth pillar, but it is through Thing 1. And what do I know? I know that in the middle of the night, we found that was a portal in Thing 1 that opened into a really dark, bad place where this heart of Pan was being kept as kind of like a prisoner.
That's true.
And that things are interrelated between dimensions in a way that is complex and that we don't understand. And I know that intention matters for a lot, and that like attracts like.
That's
and that Thing 1 doesn't have good intentions.
No.
And like does attract like, and that would attract bad intentioned beings regardless of what dimension they're operating in. And
That's
so
true.
portals could line up to create openings from one sentience with bad intentions to another sentience of bad intentions.
That's true.
In a way that actually makes sense to me.
And if the pull is strong enough, it could span multiple dimensions. That makes
Definitely.
sense.
Sometimes the short way is to just follow the train of bad intentions.
That's true.
The voice is still asking me questions. What were you doing in the middle of the night? Well, what we were doing was tuning to intent to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above, so that when Black Wolf was taking the crew down that dark tunnel through that portal,
That's true.
at least the tuning would clear some of the poisonous fumes that were coming from beneath them.
That's true.
Maybe we continue doing that. Again, my focus is brought to the top of the pillar at thing one,
Yes.
and how the spirit world expatriates who have built their fantasy land there are continually wanting to close this pillar so that they can just put a lead shield over it and pretend that this work isn't going on.
That's true.
And that's not okay. So maybe we call over to the Search for Truth pillar and see if there are any more walls
There's some.
who will come to the top of thing one and create a barrier between those who wish to live in the lie and those who wish to live in truth.
That's true. I feel walls moving up and out.
I do too. It's similar to what we do here on Planet Crazy, create a cloistered environment where truth can prevail.
That's true.
I understand it. There's so much effort going down right now to dig down that the team in thing one is forgetting to look up
That's true.
in order to dig down. It's hard to live our lives looking up and working as if with mirrors.
That's true.
To say to Black Wolf, remember to look up so you can see behind the projection.
That's true.
Look up so you can see behind the mask. And he's saying if he had been looking up yesterday, he would have noticed that something was wrong with Ulysses.
That's true.
And he's glad that Ulysses has recovered.
Yeah, me too.
Recovering.
Black Wolf definitely feels worried that if he puts too much focus up, that the digging will grind to a halt.
It's possible. How about we assign some people to focus up and some people to focus down? And
That feels better.
That feels better. So maybe those presences will just sort for the ones who should be looking up to the left and the ones who should be focusing down to the right.
That feels better.
That feels better. And now it's like team healing.
Yes.
We can divide the work up.
It's interesting. It seems like mainly Nature Realms presences are on the digging team, and there are a lot of machine presences on the looking up team.
Again, my attention is being brought to the idea of left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And we see here in the Search for Truth pillar, there's possibility that we too should be digging down. Yes, thing one is digging down, but also here we know we're supposed to. However, we also know that we can't sustain having more lies in the workplace.
That's true.
And that we've been bumping up and over that critical line for
That's
the past
true.
couple of weeks because of this big digging effort. But we do have drill bit.
That's
and she's
true.
able to dig deep with just a narrow tunnel.
Shaft tunnel.
Yes.
That's true.
So it doesn't kick up a whole huge amount of lies. Maybe
No.
that's what we go for. Let's just power drill bit. How deep must we dig to find truth on which we can base our lives? Seems like Luce is still here at sea level zone.
That's true.
And Cosa also.
That's true.
And they're just working to keep it clear.
That's true.
And Luce is doing the starter work. He's of pumping the vortices,
Yes.
basically. So Luce just merge in and stretch really long and zing
I
with
think
that
that's the
zinging.
big thing
That's
for you
the
to
big
do right
thing.
now.
And then it's almost like you become a drill bit with two ends.
That's
one
true.
up and one down. My attention is being brought to that other aspect of Luce, who is the whistleblower.
That's true.
And seems to have been put in some kind of prison that seems to be off the beaten path.
That's
Nobody
true.
seems to acknowledge that it's there, but it is there. A place where whistleblowers are put until they're forgotten about.
That's true.
I see the Golden Ark people there.
I do.
What they look like is messages as if from Amnesty International.
That's
Amnesty
true.
International will send cards of hope to people who are thrown into prisons such as this one to say, you're not forgotten about. We know you're there.
That's true. And I see the Golden Ark people surrounding the prison, and they'll just appear in a window every so often.
Yes. We know you're here. We haven't forgotten about you.
We know you're here. And I can see the whistleblower Luce seeing them and knowing what they mean, and feeling a little hope.
Very little
Just a
hope.
tiny
bit of
little
hope. It's like, well, they know that I'm here
And
for
now
whatever
what?
that's good
Right.
for. He was doing the right thing. He was afraid to take action, and he took action anyway.
That's true.
He was handing out those DVDs about life in the subatomic at that
That's
thing that
true.
looked like a trade show, and saying, the government isn't going to make this right. The government isn't going to solve this. So here are 3 things you can do at home yourself
That's true.
to improve life in the subatomic. And for that, he seems to have been put away.
That's true.
There's got to be something really big buried down here that they don't want dug up. They don't want attention drawn to the subatomic. It's like Fat Asha was saying, just leave those lies alone.
That's true.
No, there's something big down there.
That's true.
There's something big down there.